All right, in this video, we are going to look at nested if functions. So we have done if functions before, but in this example, we are going to have a nested if function in an if function. So as you can see from the textbook, what we're trying to do here is to calculate what the bonus is for each employee. So if hired before 1st of January 2010, then the salary is 9%. If not, hired before January 1st, 2010, and if hired on or before January 1st, 2015, if that's true, then salary is 5%. If that's not true, then salary is 3%. Okay, so we have three values here. Hired before 2010, 9%. Hired on or before 2015, then it will be 5%. If hired after 2015, then it's 3%. So let's start with if hired before 2010, January 1st, 2010. So let's go over here. And here I have the hire date is here, and here are the date of hired before 2010, if hired on or before 2015, and if hired after 2015. So here's the bonus amount. So I'm going to enter my if function in here. Okay, so I click in here and I go equals, and I'm going to enter my if. Okay, and click on this here, and the logical test here. Let me just bring this up. There we go. Logical test here is if this hire date, okay, so C7 is before, so less than, if it's before, so less than 2010, this date, okay. However, we have to make this an absolute value because we don't want this value to move down or change as we, copy this formula down. So this has to be an absolute value. So I'm going to make that an absolute value by going function and F4. Okay. If that is true, then I'm going to times 9%, and that will also be the absolute value, times the salary, which is this one. Okay, D7. All right, if it's false, then I'm going to enter another if function in there. Okay. So in this case, it was Adams, the manager, was hired before 2010. So there you have 9% times 68,750. Okay, but I have to enter another condition in case, the next employee was hired before 2015 or after 2015. So let's enter another if function. Okay, so I'm going to add a comma and then enter if. Okay, again. And here we go. So I'm going to enter the insert function here. So the logical test here would be if hired on or before 2015. Okay, it would be 5%. Right? So if this hire date was less than or equals to this 2015, and that should be C3, which should be an absolute value, then you're going to have 5%, which should also be an absolute value, okay, times the salary. Okay. If not, then it should be 3%. Again, absolute value function times the salary. Okay, and go OK. Oh, and I had a typo in there. I'm not sure where it was, but I'm going to accept the correction. I think I forgot to have another close bracket in there. Okay, so I'll go OK. And there we have still the same value because it doesn't affect it because it was actually in fact hired before 2010. So now though I could click and drag this down and it and it's copied and pasted to the rest of the cells. All right. So I hope that was helpful in showing you how you would nest an if function inside of an if function.